Okay, and continued in part 2 of doing this boot. As you can see right now, we've already started to round off quite a bit of the boot right here, and we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to round off the sides of the boot. But this area right in here, I especially want to get into here pretty deep, because I like to bring these boots down pretty low in here. What's wonderful about this project is that you can do it with just a knife. You don't have to have any other tools but that. But and it's a pretty neat project when you get through with it. There you go. See, starting to round that off in there, starting to sort of take some wood away from that area. On both sides. Okay, you see what I'm saying? I'm bringing that down there. Now I'm going to bring this whole area back in here. I'm going to bring it down. And when I mean I bring it down, that means I'm going to cut away from it. And you see? I'm going to bring this more to a point right here. Taking a big point. Go up right there, the wood. There we go. Now you see it's starting to really look like an old worn boot, and that's what we're going to make it. We're going to make it an old worn up boot. See, I'm taking quite a bit of wood right here from it, but we're going to thin it out. Old tattered, worn boot. These are, as I've said, these are fun little projects just to do when you're learning how to carve, because it doesn't take a lot of detail, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to present it. I really like to present things to beginner carvers a lot, so that they can sort of get busy starting on simple projects. You don't want to when you start carving, you don't want to go into something too difficult for you. That's what a lot of people do, and then they become frustrated. They get frustrated because things don't work out just right, and then they give up carving, and that's not the idea to do it. Okay, now you see, we've really started to round off this. I'm going to come down a little bit on this this right here, the toe of the boot, as we say. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more off the back here, just to. I'm going to kind of do this. I'm going to kind of, see what I'm doing? I'm kind of scooping right there a little bit to kind of bring that down just a little bit, make that heel look more prevalent. There we go. Now there are two ways to make the soles of the boots. You can do it with a V-tool, or you can also do it with a knife. And I'm going to do it with a knife so that you can kind of get a general idea. Now what we're doing, I'm drawing the soles of the boot. You see what I'm doing? I'm drawing around here, or around the back of the boot, where it comes up and joins with the other. And that's going to be the soles of your boot. Now, like I said, I can do that with a V-tool, but I'm going to do it with a knife, so that to show you, all we're going to do is take the point of the knife, and we're going to come down, and we're going to follow that line. We're going to put some pressure on it so it will deepen all the way around the boot. Okay? And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut that off. See what I'm doing? Now, I admit it's much easier with a V-tool because the V-tool sort of makes it that way. But I'm going to use the knife so I can give you a general idea how, if you're not used to using a V-tool or one of those, if you're just going to use a knife, well then you can still accomplish this with a knife itself. Okay, now you have to be very careful. If you're going to use a knife at this time, you're getting very close to your hands and you want to take very light cuts as I'm doing here. You don't want to go too deep with it. And you're creating, see what you're doing? See, you're creating the soles of the boots. Right there. But you really have to be careful when you do this. As you do this, because, like I said, you're getting the knife close to your hands, and you want to be very, very careful that you don't. So take this real easy. I'm using the point of the knife, as you can see, to just barely push it through there. Trying to keep it away from my hands as much as possible. There you go. And there you are. See, you're sort of, I'm just deepening that a little bit, in other words, but as you can see,